Hey, it's Natasha.
And this is Khalil, but you can call me Big K.
I can't.
No, you can just call me K if you
can't.
can't pronounce my name, but it's Khalil for everybody out there.
Okay. It's Natasha and Khalil, and we are launching Woke and Free. Now, what makes today really special? First of all, today is my birthday, but Woke and Free is a new podcast where you will be hearing from a husband and a wife, and we're talking about everything. We are talking about love, we're talking about relationships, work, religion, fashion, history, media, news, literally everything.
Politics even.
I can't.
So I hope you're ready for that. We're not going to
can't.
be big on politics, but we will at least discuss what's going on out there. And everything else in between. So I hope you're ready for this because we are going to indeed be discussing everything.
Exactly. And we absolutely cannot thank you enough for tuning in and listening to our podcast. So what can you do? You definitely want to listen to the full episode. You want to subscribe to Woke and Free. You also want to share with your friends, your family, everyone. And also make sure you check us out on the website at WokeNFree.com. Okay, so what do you need to remember? Share, subscribe, and also nothing is left off the table when it comes to Woke and Free.
Nothing at all.
Exactly. So now, since it's my birthday, I thought it was only fitting for us to really do some birthday talk. But before we get there, I think Khalil had a specific exercise for us to do.
Yeah, so I don't know if we have a lot of animals lovers out there, but me and my wife, we love animals here. So what I was thinking is if we were to actually be animals ourselves, what animals will we be? So to limit the amount of animals we can choose, because there are tons of them on the planet, let's just limit that to 3 animals for now. So, hey, wife, I'm going to ask you, what 3 animals would you choose to represent yourself?
Okay, hubby. I would say 3 animals that represent me the most would be the African elephant, the silverback gorilla, and the English bulldog. Now, let me explain my choices. First and foremost, elephants are rad ass. They're so cool. They have crazy long memories. They have a matriarchal society. And they are just like cool ass animals. The gorilla. Now, what's interesting about the gorilla is, if you saw that in the forest, you would definitely be like, oh my God, that's really beautiful. Also, I should run. And I really like that about them. I dig that about that animal. I think that they're powerful. And I think that they just represent so much capability and intelligence and beauty all at once. And I feel like that very much is in tune with who I am. And then the English bulldog, you might be thinking, okay, that's really weird. Maybe, but maybe not, right? So both my parents are from Kingston, Jamaica. And my dad actually grew up in England. And so when I look at the English bulldog, I very much see proper and miserableness. And I love you, Dad, but that animal is you. So those 3 animals represent me and they make me feel warm inside. How about you, hubby?
So my 3 animals that I choose are the lion. So we all know the lion, the king of the jungle. Well, I'm a Leo by stance, and I am something of a king in my mind. So the lion is a great choice to me. The lion is respected. He's also feared in the jungle by a lot of animals. He's at the top of the food chain, so I feel like I am too. Being that I'm human, so, or maybe I'm not, who knows.
Different episode, love.
Yeah, that's probably a different episode. So my next animal that I choose is another king in his own right. It would be the orca, or as a lot of people know them, the killer whale. So most people don't know about the orcas. They're the king of the sea because there is no other predator that is above them in the ocean. They have been seen in the wild to take out great white sharks. So even for you people that fear the great white sharks,
yes,
you should fear something greater, the orca. But you don't really have to fear them because they're nice to humans. So don't worry about that.
According to Khalil.
According to all reports of orcas in the wild. excluding orcas in captivity. I can't speak on them.
Okay.
That's a different episode as
Throwing
well.
shade somewhere. We all know it. We can't. There's a movie.
Yeah, well, I love orcas, so yes, that's my second animal choice, and I feel that represents me. They're just so cool. There's a lot more about them, but let's get on to my next animal, the eagle. So the eagle's pretty interesting. They fly high like some birds, and that's pretty much all I know about them. I'm not gonna lie and say that I have lots of information about them. But if you saw an eagle flying next to you while you were in your motor vehicle, are you gonna sit there, or are you gonna get out of that car and possibly run? I mean, come on. The eagle is a little bit intimidating, and they're a predator. They're a predator too. That's at the top of the food chain. They take out mice and maybe men, and they're found in the wild.
I
and
can't.
Eagles are just cool.
Did you
So
say
that's my third animal.
motor vehicle and then mice? I can't with you, Khalil.
Yes, I actually did.
I cannot. Okay. So clearly my husband's super aggressive, FYI. And I might be too. But
Of course.
oh, excuse you. Moving on. So, okay, now that we have our animals laid out for representing who we are, since it is birthday talk, I thought, for the first episode, we should awaken everyone and have them woken free by what? By understanding what is the histories of birthdays, right? So we spend a lot of time baking cakes, buying gifts, but like, is there real history behind birthday celebrations? What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's got to be some history behind birthdays. I mean, I don't know a lot about the birthdays again, but I do know something about the funerals and how that was a big practice in old cultures. So I believe there probably is like a bigger meaning behind these birthdays and how they used to celebrate. So it'd be interesting to learn a little bit more about that, because birthdays are definitely tied to your death day, which other people think of as just they associate with funerals and day of dying, but it should actually be celebrated as well. So before we think about funerals, let's just hear more about birthdays, because I think that was the actual topic, not the funerals that I keep going back to.
That's really weird. So I'm not quite sure where you went there. But okay. So yes, according to a recent a Huffington Post article a couple of years ago, scholars actually have pointed to the Bible's reference of a pharaoh's birthday as the earliest known mention of a birthday celebration around 3000 BCE. And that was in reference to Dr. James Hoffmeyer, who believes this referencing was the subject's coronation date. So since that would have been the pharaoh's birth as a god. Also, there's a reference to the fact that, like, back in the day, the Greeks offered moon-shaped cakes to Artemis as a form of tribute to the lunar goddess. And then the prevailing opinion actually seems to be that the Romans were the first civilization to celebrate birthdays for non-religious figures. So the Romans would celebrate birthdays for friends and families, while the government created public holidays to observe the birthdays of more famous citizens. Those celebrating a 50th birthday party would receive a special cake made of wheat flour, olive oil, honey, and grated cheese. I know that I'm not quite sure about that one. But all of this said, female birthdays still were not celebrated until around the 12th century, which actually doesn't surprise me.
That's unfortunate.
Thank you. Exactly. Like the feminists in the room, like we're really upset about it, but there's no surprise. But
Female power.
I can't with you. But so that is our little history on birthdays, and it actually turns out there's a reason why everybody loses their mind on birthdays, and I appreciate it, but it's interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, so what's interesting about the information that you just shared about from that Huffington Post is that it actually kind of mimics how we celebrate birthdays today. I mean, we still honor, special people in society and give them their own holidays for their birthdays. We do that as well. I mean, we have a whole week just for president's birthdays, so just that alone kind of mimics
True.
the pharaohs, like celebrating the pharaoh's birthday. But the pharaoh is actually a god. I mean, we're not celebrating gods, so it's interesting that we have those people as sort of like we celebrate them almost as like a god. They have their own holiday, so I think that's kind of interesting kind of reflection of how the birthday has evolved, where it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really evolved that much. Because then you also told us about the cakes that they make, and we still do that to today. You know, we're kind of like the Romans. We have these cakes that we make on birthdays, and we celebrate with friends and families. So I found that really interesting. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the grated cheese thing though was a little weird.
Yeah, I would
That's
say
kind of
don't
strange.
don't come home and give me a cake full of cheese. What kind of madness is that? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then I just like to touch on the fact that the female birthdays weren't celebrated. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Like, really, guys, Rome, you were gonna do that? Like, do I need to go back in time and kind of teach you about female power and how women were better than all the men back then? Like, really?
Let's applaud my feminist husband, guys. Let's applaud him. Okay. So now, okay. So we, for every episode, we will have questions that we have to answer. And this is where you, audience, definitely can get in touch with us. Go to WokeNFree.com and submit your questions for our upcoming episodes so that we can include them. But I think Khalil actually wanted to start off with a round of our questions. So, Khalil.
All right, so Bay, if you were a man, how would you celebrate your birthday?
I can't.
Just give us that different point of view.
I cannot. Okay, boo. I would say if I was a man, I would probably be celebrating my birthday by renting a Lamborghini and driving on a racetrack. Yes, I love Fast and Furious. So I feel like I would invoke that type of a lifestyle as a man. Also, I feel like the traditional man probably drinks beer. My husband, the feminist, does not. So we don't engage on that on his Leo birthday. But I would probably drink beer if I was a man and I liked beer, and I would be at some bar, and yeah, maybe there'd be shrimp involved. I don't know. If you were a woman, boo, how would you celebrate your birthday?
Wait, but before we even get to that,
Yes.
you know you got to have your Jamaican food though. Like,
True. Facts.
that would
Hashtag
be a part of
facts.
it. Like, come
Hashtag
on.
facts. Absolutely. Jamaica always. Man or female. Me want my food. Yes. Yes.
Curry
Yes.
goat, you know.
I can't. Excuse him. Jamaica, please excuse him.
Okay, you all right? Continue with your questions. Let's
Yes.
get on.
As a woman, sir, how would you celebrate your birthday?
So, I want to give a shout out to those Drake fans out there. This goes out to y'all. So, if I was a woman, what I would do is I would go on a 24-hour rose diet. If you know this line, then you know you better try it. All right, that was not good.
Drake, forgive you.
But that would be me. 24-hour rose diet.
You're full of it. I can't. I cannot. I can't. But shout out to Drake though. Okay. Okay. What's your next question?
All right, so this one's a little awkward, but I gotta ask it because I don't think anyone's asked you this before. But how would you celebrate your birthday as an alien?
So you're assuming I'm not currently one. So we're gonna go with that presumption. Okay. And if
Well, I'm assuming, but I don't know if the government knows the truth or
I
not.
can't. I can't.
I know y'all listening, NSA. I know you're listening.
I can't. Okay, if I was an alien, I feel like I would be really rad, even more rad than I am as a human being. And I would be super evolved. And I feel like I would be doing something really cool, like discovering new life forms, or maybe just like, I don't know, watching some cool meteor shower if that actually happens in other parts of the universe.
Okay, so you talked about discovering new life forms. Now, if you're going to discover new life forms, how far out of your galaxy would you go? I mean, would you be going like 20 astronomical units, or would it be like 100?
Okay, sir. So like I don't even understand your question. Break that down. Get me woken free.
All right, so if you in your galaxy, there's probably a couple planets. You're an alien, and I mean, I don't know how advanced you are. You might have not been to the planets around you. So my question is asking: would you go to those planets nearby, or would you get out of your solar system and see what's going on?
Ah, gotcha. So would I stay in the hood or go outside my hood?
Yeah, basically.
Totally. Okay. So I feel like, again, I'm super evolved. I'm really like, I'm floating. It's like cool shit happening. I feel like I would be outside of the hood. I feel like I'd be like, hey, just like Tiffany Haddish would say, she ready. I'd be ready.
Okay.
To be out there in some badass spaceship, where I'm like seeing other cool shit far, far away. Sorry, Dad. I know I'll try to be safe.
Yeah, you're gonna have a long journey.
Most likely. Most likely. Okay. So I have a question for you. What is the perfect birthday for you?
So I would say what is not a perfect birthday for me is celebrating a day with elephants, cheetahs, and lions, having endless crumb cupcakes until I'm sick, watching all my favorite movies like The Other Sister, Titanic, of course, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Halloween. Well, Halloween, I would actually watch Halloween on my birthday because that's a cool movie. And
Okay.
also having endless strawberry and watermelon margaritas. Yeah, that's not what I would call a perfect birthday, but it's what my wife would call a perfect birthday.
Excuse you. Yes. Yes, that would be a perfect birthday. Okay, so what is a perfect birthday then?
So my perfect birthday probably involves like going on a yacht, having some of my favorite food, steak, lobster, mac and cheese, biscuits, no chicken, no watermelon. Sorry guys, not doing it.
I can't.
Not doing it today. Nope. And not on my perfect birthday. Definitely
Throwing
not.
shade at chicken.
So on my yacht, I'd have family, friends. I'd have no females except my wife and my loving mother.
The feminist, my husband. Okay, are you sure? Are you sure it would just be me and Marsha just on that boat?
No, I said I'll have family and friends over there. We can, have a good time there. My brothers are definitely going to be there. So,
Okay.
my parents, family, all the people I know in my life. I'd have them on there, and we just probably go to a different country. I don't know, Japan. I'd like to go to, but also I'd even go to Hawaii. So if this is my perfect birthday, we're not looking at the limits of what a yacht can do in a day. I'm not sure a yacht can make it to Hawaii and Japan in one day, but let's go to both of those places.
Yeah.
It's my perfect birthday, so let's go there, and we're gonna spend some time there, a few hours.
Okay, so on your perfect birthday, you would be Moses on Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I would split the sea too. That'd be fun, and have some orcas in there. Let's have a party with them.
Amazing. Okay. Okay, how about this then? If you could travel back in time, what birthday would you go back to and why?
So I don't actually have a age that I remember for this time, but the time I'd like to go back to is when I was younger and we just went to like Chuck E. Cheese or it was someplace like that. I think it was Chuck E. Cheese, but I'd want to go back to that time because when you were a child, you had like low expectations.
I can't.
It was pretty easy to be pleased. You had an arcade and you had some nice cheesy pizza with one topping. You were happy.
I can't.
That was good enough.
Not
Now
really,
it's really hard to be pleased. You need all this stuff. You gotta have a lot of people around, drinks and luxurious foods and gifts.
Not including chicken, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot more now. You have a lot of expectations as an adult. So I definitely would go back to when I was younger and my expectations were super low. And I could just look at robotic animals pretending to dance and moonwalk.
I cannot. Oh my god. That is a hell of an answer, hubby. For me, I think I would keep it a little bit simpler, but more tacky probably. For
Yeah.
me, I think I'm going back to Penn State, where yes, big up, send me lots of love. Penn State, yes, all day.
Penn State people,
Yes, all day, every day. When I turned 21 on campus instead of the whack ass dinner that I did, because I typically we kind of keep it on the low radar. I mean, today launching WokeNFree definitely makes this birthday super super memorable. But I would say I would go back to my 21st. I would get shit faced drunk because it's a a rite of passage. Everyone should celebrate their 21st like a crazy person.
And you're at Penn State, of course you're getting drunk.
Exactly. Like, I mean, that's why we got educated, right? Like,
You get educated, you get drunk.
Word.
Penn State does it all.
Hashtag Penn State facts. I would definitely have done it up. So that definitely would have been, that's what I would have gone back to. Now, how about you? What question are you dying to ask me now?
Oh, so, all right. So, we're still on our birthday topic. Let's get on to what are deal breakers for your birthday, since we just talked about the perfect birthday. Let's hear about that.
That's a really interesting question. Okay, so what do I not want to do on my birthday? I definitely don't want to be in a situation where there's no alcohol. That's really sad. Where there's no soca or Caribbean music. Hello, Jamaica. Gotta have that. Definitely my jerk chicken, right? We have to have culture things. I feel like when I'm not having
Curry goat, though, right?
Yes, and oxtail, please.
Oxtail, yes.
Yes, and my
you
rice
love
and
that.
peas, and yes, and my black cake. Yeah, man. Like, all of that good stuff. Have to have it. And if you can't, that's, like, a big deal breaker. Probably also, like, if I'm, like, super stressed out, right? When people are like, hey, Tasha, don't forget to bring this person, and, oh, are you picking me up? And, oh, what are we doing from this time? All this planning crap, that's not fun, people. What are you saying? I mean, I love to plan, but I don't want to plan my birthday party on my birthday. So.
Even though lots of people do that, that's very common, actually.
True.
These people they say, yeah, my birthday was great, it was fantastic. They often do most of the planning themselves.
I know. It's, people like to be miserable. I told you I'm rad. I'm awakened. I know that
you are woke.
Word, woke and free, and I do not want to be miserable on any day, much less my birthday.
Yeah, should you really be doing all this work just to be happy? I mean, how much work does it take to be happy? Like, that's
exactly
interesting,
right?
to me.
When you're working to have fun, I think we need to figure out what fun really means for you, because that sounds a little bit different, and you should like reevaluate what's going on in your life.
And we're talking about like stressful work. We're not talking about like work you enjoy, because you can work
True.
and still enjoy it.
True.
That's a different thing. But it's
Exactly.
different when you're just doing stressful work and it's just kind of like busy body work.
Exactly. That doesn't make any sense. But how about you? What are birthday deal breakers for you?
So just like we were talking about, I couldn't do all that over planning. I can't do that on my birthday. That's too much. Like that's a deal breaker. I don't want to do that. And then the funny thing is, I have to have a certain type of cake on my birthday. So on my birthday, I love to have ice cream cake, as you know. But the interesting thing is, I don't want ice cream cake throughout the year. Like, it's not. It's okay. I mean, I like it. It tastes good, but I don't know why. I guess it was from when I was a child. I just had ice cream cake at one point, and I kept having ice cream cake for a couple of birthdays in a row. So I guess it's just kind of like a habit now.
Memory.
On my birthday, I have to have ice cream cake. But it's not my favorite cake. I'm not gonna have it throughout the year. You can give me some red velvet or something else, cheesecake.
Cheesecake Factory.
I love chocolate, so I have different types of chocolate and fudge cakes, stuff like that. But I don't need an ice cream cake. But on my birthday, I better get that ice cream cake.
I can't. You see how he's already talking like. Guys, all right, yes, we had. Did you not get your ice cream cake? We had 3 ice cream cakes for your birthday.
Yeah, ice cream cake overload. Hashtag overload. I mean, that was nuts.
This year we went a little bit, Marsha and me, as per usual.
That's my mom.
Yes. Shout out to Marsha McNair. Yes. Crazy. We killed it, as per usual.
Yes.
Okay, I have a really fun question. So what should people avoid on their birthday?
So if you want to avoid things on your birthday, probably avoid things you don't like and people you don't like. So if there's a friend that not really is your friend, and when you get together, it's just kind of like a negative time, I'd say you should probably avoid them. And people may be mad at this, but just in my mind, try to avoid your exes. Like,
ooh,
I would say
there's tea in the room.
I mean, usually you have this history with your exes, and I don't know if that's great to stir up on your birthday. I mean, if you have a great relationship with them, then that's okay. But if you have like some past drama, I think on your birthday you can let that lie. So don't have your exes at your party on your birthday.
That's actually a really good point because your birthday, you can think of it as kind of a renewal, right, of this next year of your life. And so similarly, when we celebrate New Year's, right, you wouldn't be celebrating New Year's with like all this baggage happening. So why would you celebrate your birthday, which is the new year of your life, with baggage? So I hashtag facts, like couldn't agree more. Let's leave the lovers drama and lovers quarrels away on birthdays. Also, yes, I love that you said negative people. Oh my god,
Yes.
like I know that sometimes could feel like you have to be in a room by yourself, but sometimes that means that might be like what you need to do because yeah, let's avoid the negativity, guys. The people who only see the glass as half empty, people who get on your nerves when you have to just start counting and thinking to Jesus, like all of that. Let's not have that on your birthday. And then also worriers too. I think worrier people are people who worry are really dangerous. So you really need to pray for them, but then again, be in a room not including them. Like that, those are things and people to avoid. Now, I actually had a question for the audience, and I want them to actually get back to us with their answer. And the question is, if you have an upcoming birthday or you just had one and you didn't really do something like that you wanted to, if you really, really wanted to, I don't know, jump out of a plane for whoever is like badass like that.
I still need to do that.
I
I wanted you
can't,
to do it as well.
Okay, let's renew the wills. Okay, if you need to jump out of a plane, if you wanted to go to Vegas for the first time, if you wanted to go to Brazil, if you wanted to get a badass tattoo, whatever you wanted to do and you didn't do it on your birthday, like tell us what was that thing that you want to do, and are you going to do it on your next one, right? Like are you going to make that commitment to be your full true self and listen to what you really want and go out and get it? And you can tell us your answers at WokeNFree.com. You can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at WokeNFree and let us know. What do you, right, Khalil? What do you think the audience might say to us?
Yeah, they're probably going to tell us that we're nuts and
I
we need to
can't.
just go like do something with our lives.
Probably, peoples.
But even if you're going to say that, we'd like to hear that too. That's fine.
True.
You can throw as much shade over it as you want. We're ready for it.
I can't. Bonnie and Clyde coming to you, baby. So actually, I feel like the time is coming to an end, right?
Yes, we are nearly at that time.
Oh my God. Fun. When you're having fun, what? It goes really, really fast, the time. And so since we are coming to the very end of the very first episode of Woke and Free, we want to thank you again for tuning in and celebrating my very, very special birthday. I just really appreciate you giving us your ear and listening and hopefully laughing along on this ridiculous birthday train talk that we've had. And again, what can you do? You can tune in next week for our next episode. You can subscribe. You can make sure you share this with your friends and give us feedback. We want to hear your questions, your thoughts. What's going on with you? What makes you woke and free? What do you want to be woke and free about? And I know you are absolutely dying to hear, okay, like what are these guys going to be talking about next week? I hate secrets, so let's just let's just keep it real transparent with each other.
Come on, have some self-control.
You know I have none. So we're talking about news for our next episode. So look out for that. Think about that. Start to think about what's going on in the news, especially as of late, Lee. And what are your thoughts about that? And what questions do you have about that you want to chime into this conversation with us at WokeNFree. Right, .com. You gotta give us your questions. And Khalil, what else do you want the audience to know before we sign off?
So yeah, I really want you people to comment on what you've heard today. I'd like to hear the positive, the negative. I'd just like to get some feedback. So we'd like to hear from you. Just you can answer some of the questions that we went over. You can tell us that all of our answers were wrong. It's whatever you want to say. Like, we'd love to hear it. You could say you agreed with everything that we said. I mean, we just want to hear from you, and we'd love to see your comments on this episode. And we definitely want you to tune in to next time to hear what we have to say about the news.
Awesome.
It's going to be exciting times, guys.
Exactly. Thank you, Boo. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, share the episode, come back, join the conversation. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
So take care, guys, and we'll catch you next time on
Woke and Free.